Jay Ward. We begin with an update on the oil spill and how far that oil has spread. It is now moving into the more populated areas closer to town. The city of Goleta declared a state of emergency today.
News Channel 3 reporter Tracy Laird joins us live from Haskell's Beach. And Tracy, how far down the coast is the oil now?
This, I'm hearing, is about 15 miles from Refugio, and this is what we're finding along the beach. Some people say it's a beach known for natural seepage, but there's a nice thin, long line of this stuff. And as you can see right here, there are two booms. There's a yellow one that you see a lot up by Refugio and at the El Capitan, and this white one, and it's protecting this wildland, which is really close to the Bacara Resort. That would be if it's high tide. Joining me as a longtime local, I'm going to go on the other side of, this is Frank Talley. He's seen this beach through many years. Do you think that this seepage is seepage, or is this from the spill?
It looks like there's some coming down this far. There's some big blobs there that they usually aren't that big, but there is a natural seepage here. You can tell the Goleta surfers from the Santa Barbara surfers because their boards have tar on them, you know, just from coal oil point up there. And out here, there's different bubbles coming up, bubbles up out of the ground.
So your city just declared a state of emergency if they need funds for cleanup. Do you think that's a good idea?
I guess so. Whatever they do in government, you know.
They got to do it. All right, that's Frank Talley, a longtime local here, and his dog Penny, too. Again, they have not closed this beach, but the city declared a state of emergency today, and they are going to be listening in to seeing what happens, and they will use that emergency request in case they need some financial aid to clean up the mess, which might be heading more toward this beach. Again, there is a long line of this, what looks like oil that could be from that spill, and also some natural seepage. Reporting live from Haskell's Beach, Tracy Laird, News Channel 3.
Okay, thank you, Tracy. Legal action is expected because of the Refugio oil spill. The Santa Barbara County District Attorney's Office and local environmental groups both asking for specific information.
News Channel 3 senior reporter John Palmentary joins us live. And John, many folks are wondering if all of this could lead to criminal or even civil charges.
And that certainly is part of the equation as we go forward. But first, let's talk to you about the beach right now. You might notice more white sand and clean rocks behind me, and that's a good sign. This was the area that was black and full of goo. This was ground zero a couple of days ago, but now it is spreading out and thinning out, and most of it is being recovered. Now let's get to the environmental groups and others that are seeking public records about this incident. When did it happen? When was it known? What was done about it? And what are the maintenance records for the Plains All-American Pipeline? Those are some of the questions being asked. The Channel Keeper environmental organization that watches over creeks, wetlands, and ocean waters has been taking specific near-shore ocean water samples in the last 2 days. And the U.S. Attorney's Office has arrived to join local District Attorney Joyce Dudley and her investigators on possible criminal and civil charges.
Because we know from other water keepers' experiences with other oil spills that what they tell you the volume and the slick isn't always the case.
And I watched a pelican that couldn't get off the sand, and it was heartbreaking. There are animals that have suffered and animals that will suffer. There is the environment, the air pollution, the water, all of that. And we in Santa Barbara take all that very seriously, very personally.
It's still uncertain how long the impacts will be detected both on and offshore. Some say that it could be for quite some time because we'll see this lingering in the water, and we could see some of the residual effects on the marine life and the birds. Now, this should not come as a surprise to the Plains All-American Pipeline if they've paid over $20 million in penalties since 2006 and are expecting to be asked to produce a lot of these records as part of that investigation. We'll certainly keep you posted. Reporting live from Refugio Beach this evening, I'm John Palmentary, News Channel 3.
Okay, thank you for the update, John. More than 150 environmental activists gathered at the Santa Barbara County Courthouse this afternoon. They say they are disgusted by the black oil that's polluting what used to be pristine coastline. The protesters held signs that said, "One slick too many, ban fracking now, and get oil out."
We want fracking and extreme forms of oil extraction to be stopped. We want Governor Brown to place a moratorium on onshore fracking immediately, and as well as offshore fracking in state waters, and to support Congresswoman Lois Capps' bill to put a moratorium on offshore fracking in federal waters.
Western States Petroleum Association says this oil spill has nothing to do with fracking. It came from a pipe transporting oil along our coastline, they say. Now, we are staying on top of every new development for this crisis along our coast. Keep it here on News Channel 3 and online using our mobile app or website at KUIT.com.